Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. Today we're looking at a DeFi project called Dibs Money, which is a tomb fork on the Binance network. And Dibs Money is actually pegged to the price of BNB. And before we get into Dibs Money, if you guys are a fan of crypto passive income, consider subscribing to the channel and liking some of the videos. Your support means a lot. And otherwise, we'll get back into Dibs Money. So Dibs Money, if you look at their Git book here, is, unlike previous algorithmic tokens, Dibs is not pegged to a stable coin. It is instead pegged to BNB. Now, because of BNB's high price per coin, they have decided to peg Dibs to BNB at a 1,000 to 1 ratio. So, in other words, 1,000 Dibs should ideally equal the price of 1 BNB for our peg to be maintained. Now, I think BNB is down like the rest of the market, but Dibs itself is doing very well. So hence, right now, the peg for Dibs is 1.8, which is traditionally a very high peg for like a tomb fork like this. Ideally, you want this peg number to stay around 1 or just over 1, but it is at a very high peg right now. Now, this project has been around for a little bit, and they do have a total value locked currently at about 1.3 million. So it means there's about 1.3 million dollars locked in their ecosystem in this project. And if you look here, they do have 3 main tokens within this ecosystem. So they have the Dibs, which is the peg token, which again, 1,000 Dibs to 1 BNB equals that peg. So because right now Dibs is trading for about 42 cents. So for 1,000, I think it'd be about $420, I believe. Since BNB is a little bit less than that, that's why you have the high peg of 1.8 BNB. And they have D share, so Dibs share, and then US Dibs, which is, I believe, their stablecoin for the ecosystem. So that is also slightly down. US Dibs pegged to BUSD. It's slightly down, or the price in BUSD is about 98 cents. And they do have these different liquidity pairs that you can zap into through PancakeSwap, and that's where you can get your hands on these tokens. Is PancakeSwap. That's where you get hands on a lot of these, or as they put it, if you want to go the lazy version, you can do auto staking or auto compounding with Beefy Finance. And I believe Magic Finance is also a option, and they give you a recommended strategy. So you can buy D share, stake D share to earn Dibs, and then earn more D share by zapping Dibs to Dibs BNB pair, and then harvest D shares and repeat step 2. But we'll go through it right now and what my strategy ideally would be. So we'll look at their farms first. So they do have all these different LP pairs right now. So if we look here, they do have US Dibs and BUSD, Dibs BNB, D share BNB, Dibs D share, NFT art, and BNB right here. And you can see that their Genesis pools have ended. So that's why they have ended. You do not want to put your funds in here. I actually don't believe it would even let you. But if you look at something like Dibs BNB, you can see their APR right now is about 132% APR. And if you compound daily or ever so often, you have a higher APY. Something to keep note of. And you can see about $250,000 is locked right here in this LP for a TVL. So pretty cool. Or if you even look at their US Dibs BUSD farm, about 207% for that APR. So those are some options if you want to do liquidity pairs again through PancakeSwap and put them in here to get those APR rates. Or they also have the piggy bank, which is in a sense for traditional tomb or tomb forks is like the boardroom where you can stake the D share and earn Dibs in return. Now, the piggy bank and boardroom will print when the peg is over, again, that 1-to-1 TWAP, which I believe is a time-weighted average price, I believe. But the peg, again, you want to be over 1. And since we are quite over that, this piggy bank will be printing Dibs. If you stake your D shares in here, all you have to do is go to PancakeSwap from the main homepage. You can buy D share. It'll take you to PancakeSwap, swap it with some BNB, or swap BNB for some D share. Go to the piggy bank, approve, put your D share in here and then just let it sit. And again, as long as you stay over peg, you'll get D share or dibs at a APR currently of about 186%, and it will just keep printing that dibs, which again you can then take and put into the farm. Hey, if you have some BNB, you can pair dibs and BNB and put into that farm there. Or they also have kind of the same thing, except they have their bore room where you stake again your D share, except in return you would actually get you'd get US dibs. Now again, look at the peg here. Always keep note of that whenever you're looking at projects like this. So ideally, when it's up and over, you'll get US dibs, which again, when you get that, you can take that and put into some of these farms here. And if you don't want to mess with either of the boardrooms, which again, that'd probably be the way I would go, is putting my D share in boardrooms or piggy bank or the boardroom, and then taking the dibs to either take profit or put it into farm with. I'd probably do the BNB personally. It's probably what I would do, just because I am a big believer of BNB long term. But that's just me. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. I'm just letting you know what my opinion is. And if we look here, whenever we're under peg, whether it be if we're under peg on dibs or US dibs, like you can see with US dibs, since we're under peg, you can buy USD bond. And what this is, that it is a good way for you or the community in this project to help get one of the two tokens back over peg. So if we're under peg, we'll look at USD or US dibs. You can see here that what you can do is you can actually buy US dibs, and you can come in here in the bonds section and burn your US dibs to get USD bond, which would help reduce the amount of US dibs in circulation, thus bringing the peg back over. And then once we get back over peg, you can earn a premium by redeeming your bonds in here when we get back over peg. And again, since we're over peg on dibs, you cannot buy bonds, but hopefully we don't, but if we go under peg, you can do the same thing with dibs. Again, since in this ecosystem you have dibs and US dibs trying to have their own peg that they're trying to stay over. Now they do have nodes too, which is something to keep note of, is that with these nodes, when you get the nodes, it is a sunk cost. And what I mean by that is that if you buy a node, like let's say this dibs node it'll cost 150 dibs. It's about $62 right now. When you buy it, that money is gone. Now you keep the node, but the money's gone. You were just at that point hoping for the project to stay around long term enough for you to, get that money back and then some. But I mean, I personally think this project could do well. It's been around for a while, and again, it's pegged to a project that I personally think is going to do well long term. BNB. That's just me though. Again, everyone has their own opinion, and none of this is financial advice. But with these nodes, they have the dibs nodes, D share, US dibs, and then different LP nodes as well. If I had to pick one, there is always US dibs just because the higher APR daily. I mean, if you're looking at all these nodes put out over 1% daily. So, I mean, choose which one works best for you if you want to approach it this way. But I would probably, I think I would, and typically what I do in Tomb Forks, as long as they have the option for nodes, is that I'll put money in the boardroom, or in this case, the piggy bank, and then whenever I get that native token, in this case would be dibs, I spend that token on getting a node. So that's probably what I would do, would put money in the piggy bank, stake my D shares, and when I get dibs, I would spend that dibs and get dibs nodes, and then start taking profits when I can, and then when I'm not, just compounding. So, I mean, that's what I would do. That's my take. And again, they do have this compound where you can, put the different LP pairs, and you can auto compound with either magic.farm or beefy.finance. You can do either one if you just want to set it up and have it auto compound for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But that's an option there. But again, my take or my strategy is what I would personally do, and everyone has their own strategy, is that I'd get some if you're interested on this project, I get D share, put it in the piggy bank, get dibs, and then when you have dibs, go into the nodes, get dibs nodes for that high daily APR, And then when you get money there, just start taking profits. And then at least I always stress people, get your initial out, and then anything on top of that is just icing on the cake personally. But that's Dibs.money. Again, just kind of a tomb fork on the Binance network that is pegged to BNB. Again, a project I think is going to do well long term, which is why I'm looking at Dibs.money. But either way, guys, let me know in the comments below if this video you found helpful, or if there's other projects you recommend. Let me know. I'm always open to recommendations, and let me know in the comments, and I'll do some research, and I might make a video on them. Really, I might. I'm always open. And if you can like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. And otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one. All right. See you guys.